Well, Cyrus Mistry and others were in a Mercedes SUV when it crashed. The company has issued a statement saying, "We're deeply saddened. Our team is cooperating with authorities and will provide any clarifications required, and we will continue efforts to increase road safety awareness." Well, Cyrus Mistry was cremated today in Mumbai with many top industrialists and politicians in attendance. Supriya Sule, Maharashtra MP, and Sharad Pawar's daughter shared heartwarming pictures with the business tycoon and said, "Adore you, still can't believe it. We will forever miss you. Rest in peace, Cyrus. Gone from our sight, but never from our hearts."
Our celebrities are making
The last rites of industrialist and former chairman of Tata's son Cyrus Mistry took place at the Worli crematorium in Mumbai with top industrialists and politicians in attendance. Mistry was cremated in a departure from traditional Parsi norms. A detailed investigation is now underway into the circumstances of the Mercedes SUV crash in Maharashtra's Palghar, which killed Mistry and his friend Jahangir Pandole. The preliminary post-mortem conducted says Cyrus Mistry had injuries to his head and his heart. He also suffered polytrauma or injuries to multiple body parts and organ systems. A final post-mortem report will take another day. The final report will also mention the exact cause of death. As per the investigation, Cyrus Mistry and Jahangir Pandole were sitting in the back seat and were not wearing seat belts, even though that is the law.
गाड़ी में किसी ने भी सीट बेल्ट नहीं लगाया है, फोर व्हीलर में तो फाइन है। बट जैसा मैं बता रहा था, जो पॉपुलर परसेप्शन है कि पीछे की सीट बेल्ट जनरली नहीं लगाते और लोगों को लगता है उसके लिए भी फाइन नहीं है, बट फाइन सबके लिए है।
The other two occupants of the car, Dr. Anahita Pandole, who was driving, and her husband Darius Pandole, are being treated at the HN Reliance Hospital in Mumbai. Both have suffered multiple fractures and are critical, a statement from the hospital said.
It is a great loss for us for sure and for the whole world. If you see, he was, how much I say, the family, Rohika, they were family friend, very close to my brother, my family. So somebody like him, loss is a loss not to the family of course, but to the whole entire nation.
With Sohit Mishra in Mumbai, NDTV Bureau Report.
Residents being rescued on tractor trolleys, Lexus, BMW sedans and Range Rover SUVs all submerged. A youth Congress president's floating protest and a young girl dead. Just some of the unprecedented scenes that were witnessed as parts of Bengaluru continue to be hit by severe waterlogging. NDTV's Shrija reports.
In drowning Silicon City, unprecedented sights. As roads turned to rivers and basements and ground floors of homes and offices got completely submerged. Techies were driven to work in tractors. Entire families, young and old, even pets, evacuated in tractors, trucks and boats as Bengaluru saw some of its worst rain in nearly 50 years. A 23-year-old woman died after she accidentally came in contact with a live electric pole in rain-hit Bengaluru's Whitefield area. The Mumbai administration has now sanctioned 1,500 crore rupees in emergency funds to clear the waterlogging, blaming the situation on excessive rain.
Karnataka, especially Bangalore, has received unprecedented heavy rain. From last 90 years, such rain has not come. All the tanks are full and they are overflowing. Some tanks are breached and there is continuous rain. Even today it is raining.
Chief Minister Bommai also blamed the previous Congress government for the situation, triggering a blame game with this angry retort from the Congress's D.K. Shivkumar. and even this unusual protest by a youth Congress leader seated on a rubber tube. The administration now hopes removing encroachments on a war footing will ease the situation. Until then, citizens of Bengaluru continue to battle an impossible situation.
With this heaviest rainfall and the water stagnating here, we have come to know more such areas and we are removing it. But we have a standard list. Out of that, around 500 are remaining. In that 500, on the buffer, there are 150 structures. 350 odd structures are on the Nala, so we are removing those structures first.
With Shrija and Nehal Kidwai, Bureau Report, NDTV.
The countdown to the 2024 general elections seems to have begun in earnest, with most parties now in mission mode. From a BJP union ministers' meet to pay special attention to seats where the BJP failed to make a mark in the last elections, to Nitish Kumar's big push for opposition unity in Delhi, to the Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao's big promise of free power for farmers if he wins in 2024. Tomorrow, it will be the Congress's turn, which is all set to launch its nationwide Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Yet another attempt to showcase opposition unity ahead of elections. The initiative this time taken by Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, meeting opposition leaders in New Delhi on his first visit to the capital after switching alliance partners. After meeting Rahul Gandhi yesterday, Nitish Kumar today met left leaders Arvind Kejriwal, INLD's Chautala. He even met Mulayam Singh Yadav in hospital along with Akhilesh Yadav.
आपस में हम लोग सब अब यही बात कर रहे हैं कि हम सब लोग पूरे देश में सब जो है लेफ्ट पार्टी जो स्थानीय पार्टियां हैं डिफरेंट राज्यों में कांग्रेस सब अगर एक साथ मिल जाएंगे तो बहुत बड़ी बात होगी.
There is an urgent need for all secular democratic forces to unite to today safeguard the Constitution of India.
Nitish seems to have repeated yet again that he does not wish to be the PM face, and the effort is to win 2024. Last week, Nitish Kumar said if opposition parties come together, BJP could be reduced to 50 MPs in 2024. Nitish's efforts come at a time when the Congress is launching its Bharat Jodo Yatra, and Arvind Kejriwal has announced a Make India #1 movement that will begin from Haryana on Wednesday.
के लिए मैंने ऐलान किया था कि मैं पूरे देश की यात्रा करूंगा. कल मैं इसकी शुरुआत कर रहा हूं. सबसे पहले मैं अपने जन्म स्थान पे जा रहा हूं, हरियाणा में हिसार में. मैं हिसार में पैदा हुआ था. हिसार में एक गांव है हिसार के पास, सिवानी, वहां पे पैदा हुआ था. हिसार से मैं अपनी इस शुभ यात्रा का पवित्र यात्रा की शुरुआत कर रहा हूं.
This even as Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao has told farmers across the country that they would get free power once people opt for a BJP Mukt Bharat, presenting Telangana as a role model. Just yesterday, Kejriwal was in Chennai along with Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin to start model schools of excellence in Tamil Nadu on the lines of Delhi. With hectic movement in the opposition space, the BJP too has stepped on the gas. A key meet in the national capital, chaired by party chief J.P. Nadda and Home Minister Amit Shah. The duo met with senior ministers who were tasked with the job of spotting reasons and giving suggestions on how the BJP can do well on 144 seats where they lost in 2019. The ruling party plans to make structural changes in these seats based on the suggestions. Opposition parties are not just trying to come together despite their obvious internal contradictions. They are also trying to present to the people alternate models of governance and administration, hoping they resonate with people's issues. With Sunil Prabhu in Delhi, in Hyderabad, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
In other news, India and Bangladesh have inked 7 deals today, with Prime Minister Modi and Sheikh Hasina meeting. These deals include the first water-sharing pact in 25 years. However, the sharing of water from the Teesta River is still unresolved. Maha Siddiqui gets us the details.
a partnership that has grown from strength to strength since 1971, when India played a critical role in the liberation of Bangladesh. Today, the two sides have decided to further push this relationship forward with a trade deal in the near future.
बांग्लादेश के निर्यात के लिए आज भारत पूरे एशिया में सबसे बड़ा मार्केट है.
The two sides have already doubled bilateral trade over the last 5 years from $9 billion to $18 billion. Bangladesh is India's biggest trading partner in South Asia.
Both leaders agreed to build resilient supply chains between both countries and across the region.
The two sides signed 7 agreements in all, but the contentious issue of sharing water of the river Tista remains unresolved after objections by West Bengal in the past, an issue crucial for downstream Bangladesh.
We hope that all outstanding issues, including this water sharing treaty, would be concluded at an early date.
The two sides also unveiled the Maitri power plant, the Rupsha bridge between Khulna and Mongla in Bangladesh, the Khulna Darshana rail line project upgradation, the Parbatipur Konya railway line conversion from meter gauge to dual gauge. While both sides discussed trade, connectivity, some of the most important issues between the two sides, another important aspect and a problem for both sides is the safe repatriation of Rohingya refugees. And for that, Bangladesh looks up to India to play a major role. In New Delhi, with camera person Pooja Arya, this is Maha Siddiqui for NDTV.
India has approved the world's first intranasal COVID vaccine. Bharat Biotech's Incovac has received emergency approval. This is a 2-dose vaccine that has now been approved for adults, that is those 18 and above. Now, phase 3 trials of the vaccine were conducted in 3,100 subjects across 14 sites in India, and it can be used as a booster after 2 doses of another COVID vaccine. These booster trials were conducted in 9 trial sites across India, but there is no clarity whatsoever on efficacy data or the cost of the vaccine. The government is yet to announce any kind of rollout plan. Liz Truss has been formally appointed as the United Kingdom's 56th Prime Minister after this meeting with Queen Elizabeth II at Balmoral in Scotland. From Churchill, 15 Prime Ministers have worked with the Queen. Truss is likely to announce an energy crisis plan as her first move in office.
Liz Truss is elected as the leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party.
Liz Truss was formally appointed the UK's 56th Prime Minister after this meeting with 96-year-old Queen Elizabeth at Balmoral Castle in Scotland.
It's been a hard-fought campaign. I think we have shown the depth and breadth of talent in our Conservative Party.
As Truss inherits a cost of living crisis and an economy heading into recession, all eyes are on her cabinet. There is speculation that for the first time, Britain may not have a single white man in the 4 most important offices. Truss is expected to appoint a cabinet of loyalists with James Cleverly as Foreign Secretary, Indian origin Suella Braverman as Home Secretary and Kwasi Kwarteng as UK's first black Chancellor. While Liz Truss did indeed win the majority of the Tory vote, her critics believe that she has little weight to her name since she has not won her position through the mandate of the national electorate or her fellow MPs. Moreover, it remains to be seen how she tackles Britain's looming economic and energy crisis. Nayantara Singh for NDTV.
In news coming in from Ujjain, a ruckus over the film Brahmastra and its cast who had come to a temple there. Now, Brahmastra, of course, is all set to release in 5 languages with a bumper advance booking already happening, and its opening is expected to clock in at around 20 to 22 crores on opening day.